Usually when you think of OnlyFans, you don't think of murder, but in this particular story, that's what you're going to hear. This is the OnlyFans model who became a murderer. Hello friend, and welcome back to High Time Crime. My name's Joel, and on here I specialize in true crime and also meditation. But today, we're looking at the case of Courtney Clenney and her boyfriend of the time, Toby Abumseli. You're going to learn about what occurred through the course of their relationship. For our story, we're headed all the way to Miami, Florida. Miami is one of Florida's most well-renowned cities, and I can totally understand why. With a population of around 461,000 people, it's certainly a beautiful place. If you end up here by choice, or you somehow manage to wake up on a park bench, well, you're in luck because there's a ton of things to do. You could visit one of the many different beaches the city has to offer. You could go to the Miami Zoo and see some wildlife you probably haven't seen before. But that's not why we're there today. Courtney Taylor Clenney was born on April 21st of 1996 in Austin, Texas, to Deborah Lynn Clenney, and who her father is, that's unknown. She also has a sister named Morgan. At around the age of 13, she learned about the world of drama and stage art and started to attend local acting workshops and dance classes. When she got to high school, she started to really focus on fitness and even started participating in competitions. After she graduated high school, she became a personal trainer for a company called EHP and was one of their athletes while also going to college. Eventually, Courtney would graduate, and at this time, she decided that she needed to move to LA to become an influencer. Why does everyone do this? While in California, she got arrested for public intoxication in 2015 and still has an outstanding warrant for her arrest. But she became successful and managed to amass over 2 million Instagram followers and over 40,000 Twitter followers. Around this time, she was also a real estate agent. She would really start to focus on more provocative photos and would soon start an OnlyFans. Courtney made a boatload of money off of this, and she was also a gold digger. She was into high fashion and living a luxurious lifestyle, and even the people she had to be with had to be successful. They also had to have certain features, as she definitely had a type. I mean, she said so herself in an interview she did with the We in Miami podcast.
I'm Courtney Taylor, and I do OF for a living.
OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn. You look like the type of girl that only dates like rich guys. Is that true?
No, that's not true. I only date black guys. Especially black guys. Especially black guys. Let me clarify, I only date rich black guys.
Rich black guys. There we go.
This brings us to Courtney's love life and how she ended up where she is now. Around the end of 2020, she went back to Texas and met a man named Christian Toby Abumseli. He was of Nigerian descent and born on April 12th of 1994 in Dallas, Texas, born to Chris and Chloe Abumseli. He does have an older brother named Jeffrey and a sister named Jen, a Daisy, and he also liked to go by Toby. I just wanted to point out, the same year that they met, Courtney got arrested in Texas for a DUI. But Toby seemed to be a hardworking man who was well-liked. He went to Plano East Senior High School, and while he was there, he started playing football and became exceptional at it. He was a first-team All-District 8-5A linebacker and a 2-time letterman and also team captain. Eventually, Toby graduated, and in 2012, he went to Abilene Christian University, where he was benched for the year. He was considered a redshirt freshman, which basically means the school suspended him from playing for the year in order to lengthen his period of eligibility. I don't think he played much or at all after this, as on the school's website, there's no stats for him. Toby would then graduate, and on April 30th of 2018, he let the world know that he started his own company called Wiseman and Peachtree LLC. I believe he worked in cryptocurrency, and somehow it ended up making him a few $1 million, if not more. Later down the line, Courtney and Toby moved from Texas to Florida and got a really nice apartment in Miami. They got 2 dogs and were making a ton of money, and they were living dream lifestyles, so everything was great, right? No, not at all. Courtney and Toby's relationship was toxic, to say the least. Courtney was arrested one time for domestic battery when the couple went to Las Vegas in July of 2021. They also had the police called to their home in Texas multiple times as well. A friend of theirs named Ashley Vaughn said that she's seen Courtney hit Toby, but never Toby hit Courtney. Also, a bunch of their neighbors at their apartment had said that there were multiple domestic disputes between the two of them, and the cops were constantly being called. The staff that worked at the apartment documented all of these disturbances and planned on evicting them. I'm not sure what led up to this moment, but we do have surveillance footage of one of Courtney and Toby's altercations. Shortly after this, the two broke up and Courtney kicked him out of their apartment. A few weeks later, on April 1st of 2022, the couple tried to rekindle their relationship, and so Toby moved back in. But things got worse. And 2 days later, something absolutely horrific happened. On April 3rd, Courtney stabbed Toby to death. The day began peacefully and started with the couple playing with their dogs at home. At 1:15 p.m., Toby left to go to Subway to get both of them sandwiches, and he got back around 4:32 p.m. It took him 3 hours to get Subway sandwiches. Why? Within about 13 minutes after he returned home, the altercation began. Courtney said Toby grabbed her by the throat, and so she did what she had to do. She was also on the phone with her mom for about 10 to 13 minutes while this was going on. Courtney then called the police at 4:57 p.m. to report what just happened. The cops got there and detained her, but she was released because they thought she acted in self-defense. Huh? It's been a little over 4 months since this happened, and after it did, Courtney fled to Hawaii. Her defense lawyer in Miami, Frank Prieto, said she was there in rehabilitation for substance abuse and post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, at this period of time, she was considered innocent. The police hadn't pressed any charges, and so Toby's family thought she was going to get off scot-free. 129 days after Toby was taken from this world, the Abamseli family would finally get some justice. On August 10th, Hawaii officials and U.S. Marshals went to the rehab center in Laupahoehoe, yes, that's the name of the town, where Courtney was, and they arrested her using a warrant issued from Miami-Dade. She was being charged with second-degree murder with a deadly weapon. Courtney is being held there without bail and will soon be brought back to Florida. Her lawyer said that he was completely shocked because they were cooperating with the investigation and offered to voluntarily surrender her if she was charged. And then he said they look forward to clearing her name in court. One of Courtney and Toby's neighbors claimed he saw Toby striking Courtney about a week before April 3rd. So it's very clear that their relationship was incredibly toxic and not healthy at all. I mean, she stabbed him, for God's sakes. But as to whether or not Toby is innocent in all of this, soon we'll figure that out. I cannot for sure say what happened between the two of them or what happened on that fateful day. I can only take things for face value. What it appears like to me is that Courtney seems to be the aggressor. From that footage in the elevator, it really seems like Toby was just defending himself and wasn't trying to attack back. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Christian Toby Abamseli appeared to be a hardworking young man who was liked by many. His life was sadly cut way too short for what appears to be no reason at all. I hope that he's enjoying the life after and is at peace, and that his family finally gets some closure. As for Courtney Clenney, what a gold-digging piece of shit. But anyways, thank you for watching this episode of High Time Crime. If true crime is your thing, then please subscribe and hit the like button because that's all we do. I also have a second account with my brother named Horrifying, where we tell stories about everything paranormal. This includes true crime, mysteries, and things that are just downright spooky. I'd greatly appreciate if you subscribe to that too. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, friend.